It begins at a school party. A boy named Ayush is making drinks with vodka. Ayush hands a glass to his nerdy friend named Pratik as their friend Dodo is dancing. The three friends dream about going to Goa for a fun trip. They ask their parents for permission, but they get denied. At their college farewell, they decide to go to Goa and not take their parents' permission this time, but they meet with an accident. Pratik is on the hospital bed. Ayush is injured while Dodo gets waxed from his dad, and they don't go to Goa. After graduation, Ayush moves to New York and Pratik to Cape Town, and Dodo remains in Mumbai. Dodo couldn't make any friends after them. Addicted to social media, Dodo photoshops his pictures with famous people and places to get likes on social media, but actually he's just a pizza delivery guy. Dodo gets a video call from Pratik. He picks the call but hides his camera as Pratik shouldn't know that he is poor and pretending to be rich. Ayush joins them too. They make a plan to come to India. Dodo says they can finally make their Goa trip a reality. Pratik and Ayush arrive. Dodo receives them at the airport and calls for a basic taxi. Pratik and Ayush wonder why super wealthy Dodo is calling such a taxi, but they just go with it. Dodo says they'll enjoy this trip like how college students save money and plan budget trips. Dodo sees Pratik's bag filled with medicines and asks him about it, but he says he can't take India. Ayush says it could be fun to rough it out like Dodo says and convinces Pratik. But both Ayush and Pratik lose it when they get to know they're traveling by train. But somehow they get convinced. Pratik goes to call his mom and keeps his red medicine bag down, but when he's leaving, he takes the wrong red bag and walks away, and a stranger walks away with his bag. In the train, Ayush can't sleep and asks Pratik for sleeping pills. Pratik opens the bag and realizes it's not his and starts searching for his bag. Ayush pulls them into the washroom to show them that the bag contains loads of money and guns. They're scared. Ayush says they should report it to the police, but Dodo says if they complain to the police, they'll be caught in a mess. So the smartest thing to do was to throw the bag out on the next station. Dodo suggests to keep the money, but they tell him not to. Dodo goes to throw the bag. They go to the beach and search for a hotel. Searching for a hotel, they get bored. So Dodo goes to ask the bartender how to make their trip fun. A guy gives him a packet of gummies. Dodo then gives the gummies to his friends, and the high hits them as they were spiked. They start having fun and hit the club to party. Next morning, Ayush wakes up and is shocked to see Dodo and two women on his bed. He checks on Pratik, who got a tattoo. He goes to wake Dodo. The women get up too and demand for their money. Ayush realizes that they're hookers. Dodo pays them and sends them away. Ayush scolds Dodo about the hookers, saying he fancies a girl named Nisha, who he met online, so he didn't have sex with anyone for a year. But Dodo tells him that he didn't have sex and Dodo was with both the hookers. Ayush is relieved. Dodo drops the room key they got in the red bag. Pratik and Ayush realize that it's the same key and ask Dodo about it. Dodo says that he threw the bag but kept the cash and key as he thought they could spend it, and he kept the key since they were hammered the previous night. They could come to that room, wait until morning, and then leave. Ayush is furious and a fight breaks. Dodo rolls Ayush on the mattress and throws Pratik on the bed, but a cloud of powder engulfs the room from the bed. Pratik is wrapped in the white powder. Ayush realizes it's all cocaine. Someone knocks on their door. They're scared to open it, but Ayush opens it. There are three lady gangsters on the door. One of them introduces herself as Kanchan Kambi, and she asks for gunput. The three women are armed. Kanchan tells him to meet her in 2 hours and hands him a phone, saying she'll message him the location and that she'll kill him if he doesn't come. Pratik is growling and bleeding in the bathroom. The gangsters are on guard and keeping a watch on them. Ayush has an idea and says that they should lock the door, put the television on full volume, and jump out from the first floor. Pratik is fully pumped up. Ayush and Dodo discuss how to take him to the doctor. Ayush says it could become a police case, so they should go to a local doctor that will take care of him for extra money and not ask any questions. Dodo goes to search for a doctor as Pratik and Ayush chill by the riverside. Pratik says he feels alive, fearless. He loves this feeling. It's just that his heart is beating fast and his nose is bleeding. Pratik says his tattoo is all wrong and was supposed to be, "I love Miriam, not Ma." But his mother would freak out if she'd see it 'cause Miriam is Muslim. They have been dating for 4 years. He planned this trip for her, 3 days with his friends and 5 days with her. Ayush is happy for him. Dodo tries to ask people for a doctor, but no one helps him. Suddenly, a girl named Tasha offers him help and takes them to her friend. Tasha realizes that Pratik overdosed, and she tastes the coke on Pratik and says that it's potent stuff. Dr. Danny enters and starts treating Pratik. He asks them where they got the coke from. They don't tell him and say they need to leave soon. So he tells them to be careful as a lot of fake stuff is going around. But Tasha tells him it's really good stuff. The best she's seen in Goa. A goon named Mendonça is threatening 4 men. They tell him someone stole his coke. They request for 1 day to find the coke. Mendonça threatens to kill them if they don't. Dodo flirts with Tasha when she asks him for the source of the coke. They get a message on the cell phone that was given to them by the lady gang, and they freak out and leave. They return to their room, and all the coke under the bed is robbed, and police knocks on their door. The police break the door open and get in with the hotel owner. They find some traces of drugs. The police inspector asks the hotel owner if he remembers their faces and calls a sketch artist to get sketches of them made, and a cop goes to check the balcony. The 3 men are hiding below the balcony. The policeman sees them and fires, but they jump down and run away. At a party, Tasha tells a waiter to lower his price for coke and says there is better stuff elsewhere. The waiter calls and informs Mendonça. Gunput, the man who Pratik exchanged bags with at the train station, goes to their hotel. He inquires what's all the commotion about. A man tells him that 3 men stole a lot of drugs and ran away. Gunput searches the bag he got, realizes it's not his, gets frustrated but finds Pratik's phone and reads a message from Miriam. Gunput keeps the phone. The trio start fighting on a beach. Ayush asks Dodo why he's lying about everything since they're not staying at his place, nor did his car come to pick them. Pratik asks him what he's hiding. Dodo says that he's a nobody. He doesn't have a business, nor a penthouse. He lives with his parents and doesn't even have a job. He lied about everything. After they moved, they forgot him, but he never forgot them. So that's why he photoshopped his life. The trio reconciles. The police commissioner asks an inspector about the comedy gang. He says it's an all-lady gang who seem like fish sellers, but they traffic gold and money. The gang is led by Kanchan Kamdi. Kanchan and Mendonça were married. But after a few years of marriage, Mendonça fell in love with a foreigner and got married to her. He left Kanchan, so she blew up his house. But Mendonça survived and moved to another house. But one night, Mendonça found a headless chicken on his bed. That scared the foreigner away. Since then, Kanchan wants to destroy Mendonça. The inspector says the comedy gang only did smuggling, and the drug stuff was done by Mendonça, and they didn't interfere with each other. The commissioner thinks if the comedy gang wasn't involved in drugs, why did they go to the trio's hotel room? A woman asks Kanchan how she did it. Kanchan tells her that a man named Ganesh called her and told her about everything. He wanted to teach Mendonça a lesson, and he will get her into the drug world. He got her a buyer outside Goa in return for protection and cut in the profits. She agreed. Dodo gets a car, and the 3 plan to leave Goa. But they hear the news on the radio, describing them and asking the people listening to hand them over to the police. They see their drawings on a website and are scared. They back off from the road after seeing police ahead. Dodo gets a call from Tasha, who asks him for some coke, but he tells her that they're caught up in a mess. She offers to help, and Dodo tells her that they need to get out of Goa as they have got into trouble with the police. She says she can help and asks them to come to a location. They get there. Dodo sees Tasha and goes to meet her. But Mendonça's gang enters as Dodo is showing Tasha the coke and captures them. Mendonça tries to threaten them by shooting in the air, but it hits the chandelier, which falls on Pratik. They check if he's alive. He's just unconscious. Mendonça asks for the coke and realizes that it's his lost coke. As Mendonça is torturing them, they tell him that they don't know anything about the coke as they got it from a room that was for Gunput because their bags got exchanged. They found the coke in the bed and tell him that Kanchan Kamdi has stolen it all. Mendonça is furious. Mendonça tells them they need to get the coke back to him. 2 of them can go to the Kambi gang hideout while one stays with Mendonça, who he will shoot if they don't return with the coke. Dodo and Pratik go to the hideout, while Ayush stays back. Tasha tries to get away, but Mendonça doesn't let her. Mendonca's men drop Pratik and Dodo to the hideout wearing ladies' attire. They enter the hideout. A lady there tells Pratik to cut the fish, and Dodo enters the room where all the coke is at. Mendonca and his gang is taking an afternoon nap. Ayush breaks the chair and frees himself, goes to save Tasha. Ayush and Tasha take their phones and run away. Tasha tells Dodo that they ran away. The call doesn't connect, but Tasha gets another call. Pratik is unable to chop a fish. The lady cuts it. Blood spills on Pratik. He's disgusted and pukes on a lady. A fight breaks out where she pulls his hair, and his wig's in her hand, and they get to know that he is a man. He screams. On hearing the scream, Dodo says police has raided the hideout and tells everyone to leave the room. The women start whacking Pratik. Dodo starts packing the coke into bags, but a huge, giant lady picks Dodo and flings him away. His wig stays on her hand, and she gets to know that he's a man. Pratik and Dodo both try to defend themselves, but Pratik loses a finger during the fight. A woman with a knife runs towards him to finish him, but gets shot at. Dr. Danny shot the lady and is there with his gang trying to get the coke. A gang war breaks out as both gangs shoot one another. Dodo kicks the giant lady and runs away with the coke bags. Dodo meets Pratik. They cover their face and try to run away. The women catch them, but suddenly someone pulls out a bomb and it blasts the door. Dr. Danny tries to take the bag from Dodo, but Pratik pushes Danny and they run away. When Pratik and Dodo get out, Mendonca's men aren't waiting for them. His men tell Mendonca that they got killed, but they take a bike and get away. Mendonca calls Dodo to check. Pratik picks up and tells Mendonca that they got the stuff, but they're running away. Mendonca realizes that Ayush and Tasha have also ran away. Ayush sends Dodo and Pratik his location. Tasha thanks Ayush, but Dr. Danny gets there injured. Ayush and Tasha question him about his injury and what's going on. Danny says that he's a police agent. He knows that they're innocent, so he put his entire operation at risk to save them. But he needs all the coke as evidence. Just then Dodo hits Danny on the head, he faints, and they get out of there. In the car, Tasha asks Dodo, why did he attack Danny, and Ayush got injured as well. Tasha tries to soothe Ayush as Dodo gets jealous, and tell Tasha that Ayush already has a girlfriend named Nisha. Pratik tries to call his girlfriend, Miriam, but a gunputt picks up and tells him that he needs to return his coke, and then he'll get his girlfriend, Miriam. They need to do that tomorrow morning when he reaches Goa. Ayush tries to tell Dodo that they should trust Danny as he could be a real agent. Ayush says he has a plan and that it is a little risky, but that's all they have. They all go to the train station and get on the train. Mendonca gets there. As Mendonca is going to take the stuff, Kanchan gets there. As they fight, Gunputt gets there as well with Miriam. The three gangsters point the gun at each other. But soon there are many guns pointing at the gangsters, who are all police. The plan works. Ayush's idea was to call Danny and tell him to prove that he is police by getting the cops there. Then they message Mendonca and Kanchan saying that they need to meet at the train station for them to take their coke. Pratik and Miriam leave for the airport. Ayush tells Dodo that he's going to confess his love for Nisha. Dodo tells him to forget Nisha as he says he is Nisha and he chatted with him all along. Ayush slaps Dodo, hugs him, and leaves. Dodo wins a lottery. Pratik tells his mother about Miriam and calls Ayush telling him that he is getting married next week. Suddenly, rich Dodo reaches Ayush's place and tells him to get ready for Vegas. Thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all liked the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to watch many more such cool recaps. And hit the bell icon too. Bye.